We've all had those days where nothing we do seems to go right. Myself included. Well, at the long end of a work day, and you get home, well, and you keep going on with your day. And still, nothing gets better. Seriously? Well, at the long end of the day, you get home, you got coffee on your shirt, you got water stains on your blouse, you got ketchup stains from your lunch. You got to figure out what to use to get out the stains. Sometimes you just don't have time for that. Luckily, this video is here to help you streamline that process using science. That's it. Okay, so not everybody has access to all those shirts of science. So what this video is about is it is an experiment, but I'm also going to show you about what common materials you can use to take out stains from your laundry. And we'll see the results of what happens too, so you can see evidence. So I've pre-treated some old t-shirts that we use for car washing, and I've pre-treated them with stains of Sharpie, ink pen, ketchup, lipstick. I've also added a grease stain, and this is soy sauce, which is really hard to get out and annoying to stain your clothes with. And what we're going to be testing with to see what works is lemon juice and salt. Another shirt I will treat with baking soda and vinegar. Another shirt I will mix baking soda, hydrogen peroxide, and dish soap together and see if that works. And we'll see how OxyClean just works by itself, just regular OxyClean, and alcohol, and just detergent. We won't add anything else except for just regular clothes detergent. And then finally, hairspray. So this is t-shirt number 1, Sharpie, soy sauce, ink, ketchup, and the grease stain is right there. But you can't see it very well, I guess, but it is there. And what I'll be treating that with is lemon juice and salt. So I'm going to take the lemon juice and I'm going to add that to the stain for each section. That's the tomato sauce, and the grease is right there. Add the salt on top. We'll let that sit, and then we're going to end up washing it after it sits together for about 15 minutes. We'll keep it the same. For t-shirt number 2, I've got my Sharpie, the soy sauce, the ketchup, I added the lipstick, and the grease stain and ink stain is up there. And for this one, for t-shirt number 2, we'll test with baking soda and vinegar. So I'll mix them together to have them on the stain and see what happens. And again, that's lipstick. Okay, so t-shirt 3, I did add the baking soda hydrogen peroxide and dish soap to the stains, and I'm letting that sit for 15 minutes. And for shirt 4, this one is the one where I'm using the OxyClean Max Force Gel Stick. I'm not being sponsored by this, but we'll see how that works. And I'm going to rub that on the Sharpie ink, the regular pen ink, the tomato sauce, the soy sauce, and the grease stain. And we'll see what happens. T-shirt 5, I'm going to be dabbing the area with rubbing alcohol, 91%, and this is the rubbing alcohol you get from a drugstore. And again, there's the Sharpie ink, the pen ink, the grease stain, the soy sauce, the ketchup, and what I'll do is I'll let the alcohol sit on the stain and blot it, let it sit there for 15 minutes, just like I've been doing everything else so far. And for shirt 6, this one is we're just going to be pre-treating it with regular detergent, and there's the grease stain, there's the soy sauce, and the tomato sauce. We'll let that sit for 15 minutes as well, and this is just detergent. And finally, this is just a side experiment, but one shirt I did want to use hairspray because I've heard there's a rumor that if you have lipstick or makeup on your clothes, you spray that with hairspray and let that sit, and then blot it, and we'll see how that comes out too. And after this, we're gonna put this in the laundry in the wash for regular cycle and see how the detergent and all the different things that we tested here, which stain remover works the best. Okay, so here is the big reveal. We remember our stains were Sharpie pen ink, tomato juice. I had some soy sauce and grease stain. This was testing with lemon juice and just salt. I did not rub the stain extensively, but I did apply and let it sit. So Sharpie ink that seemed to stick. I noticed some fading with the tomato sauce. I don't see any grease stain, so it worked. And I see a faint trace of the soy sauce. In T-shirt 2, that was the one I tested with baking baking soda and vinegar only. Sharpie marker and pen ink remain stable. The tomato sauce is still there. I don't see a whole lot of the soy sauce, so it worked with that. I did add the lipstick to that. That did not work. Tomato sauce is still there, and I don't see the grease stain, so it got rid of, actually I do see a trace of the grease stain, but not much. So that did work. Then, for the third t-shirt, I tested with a baking soda, hydrogen peroxide, and dish soap combo. And it looks like the ink did smear a little bit, so we did get that stain out a little bit. The Sharpie marker stayed strong, and the tomato sauce stain is still there. I don't see the soy sauce. That worked with that, and the grease stain seems to disappear as well. With the fourth shirt that came out, that tomato sauce stain is pretty evident. It will not, pretty stubborn. That was the OxyClean stain remover, and you can see the soy sauce came out. I don't see any grease stain from that, so that worked. And the fifth shirt, well, we did get an effect with the Sharpie ink that got smeared very nicely from the alcohol. That almost got out, and I bet if I had let that sit and kept applying pressure or some kind of friction to that stain, I probably could have gotten those stains out with the alcohol. It did make a little bit of an effect on that tomato soup or tomato sauce stain, and soy sauce is gone too. So alcohol does work. Just detergent. Wow, it did affect the ink a little bit. and that tomato sauce still there. I don't see a lot of soy sauce left over. Maybe a faint amount of staining from that, but not a whole lot. So that worked. And finally, hairspray on the lipstick. It did smear off some of the dark lipstick. It was dark, but didn't take the whole thing off. So you could see that there are some effective homemade stain chemical combinations you could use. And just to go back to the big idea is that when you have a stain, if you do have a stain remover, immediately take your stain, take the stain remover, apply it, just like the directions say, to the stain itself. Let it sit for at least 5 minutes. And then, depending on the stain, especially with protein stains or tomato sauce, wash those in cold water. But any other stains, they usually get out the best with hotter water. And Drogon, thanks you for watching this video. And I hope that is helpful next time you do have a problematic stain in your clothes. And I hope it does help your clothes if you are in a pinch and you don't have stain remover right in your cupboards immediately. Thanks for watching, guys. So you may have been wondering what kind of shirt I was wearing at the beginning of this video. The shirt is it's made out of nano fabric, and in short that just means that it's fabric that repels water, and it's also known as hydrophobic fabric. And what it can do is, for example, just if I take water and I put the water on the shirt, instead of absorbing it, it comes right off. And the fabric actually repels the water. So, okay, so it's water. Who really cares? That doesn't really matter that much, does it? What about something more substantial like soy sauce? So if you take that and you put it on the fabric, you can see it kind of sticks. However, again, if I take the water, it'll come right off. It doesn't stick to the fabric at all, and it doesn't stain in. And that's called hydrophobic fabric. And if I zoom in on the fabric and looked in the molecules of the fabric, they would have little tiny bumps on the surface of them. So just like nature has with the crown of broccoli, if I was zooming in on the fabric, it would be doing that same effect as you see with the broccoli crown. So anyway, thank you for watching my video, and I hope you enjoyed it.